Hello everyone, welcome to the part 15 of our tutorial where we'll be adding the second set of details to what we've made so far. Without wasting much time, let's begin. I'm gonna select this part, go into edit mode, and let's highlight both of these, cut them out, select them again, and let's call it trunk closure. Go back into edit mode and select these two vertices. Let's slide them to overlap with these ones here. Go into wireframe and let's box select all of these. Press M and let's choose distance to merge all of them. Go to edge selection and I'm gonna select these edges. Let's dissolve them. Go back into vertex selection and let's turn on the snapping tool. Make sure it's on vertex. I'm going to select this vertex, press E to extrude, and let's bring our mouse cursor to this vertex here to snap it over there. And let's turn the snapping tool back off. I'm going to slide these a bit back so that they don't overlap. Select this vertex, press F to create a face. Let's slide these all the way here. And select all of these, press P and let's cut it out. Select it again, go to edit mode and into local view. And I'm just going to fill out all these faces. For these vertices, I'm gonna select these together with all of these. Let's extrude them along the Y, like so. Select these two, let's press F. Let's come over here, select this vertex, press F to create a face, select these also, and let's press F. And I'm gonna move this to clip it at the middle. Go to edge selection mode and let's select all these edges. Okay. I'm simply going to bevel them. Make sure it has two segments. Let's also select these edges and bevel them too. I'm gonna press GY and on your numpad type in 0.003 to bring them out like so. I'm going to add in an edge loop here and type in 0.5 to slide it to about here. Select these edges. Let's slide them over here. I'm gonna select these and this one over here. Let's bevel them. Make sure it only has one segment. And I'm gonna press GY, type in 0.002 to move them out like this. Go to vertex selection. Let's box select on these three vertices. Press M and choose at center. And I'm just gonna add in an edge loop here, like so. I want us to create this crease beneath this area. So let's go into edit mode, and I'm gonna add in an edge loop. Select these three vertices. Let's slide them about here, and let's bring them down and move them back. I'm gonna add an edge loop. Let's see. Let's add an edge loop here, and let's slide it very close. And you can see this vertex pushes a bit too upward, so I'm going to select that with these and these. Let's bring them down to straighten them up. Okay, let's go to normal view, and looking at this gap here between these two parts and comparing it to this one, you can see that what we have is a bit wider compared to this one here. So with this selected, I'm gonna go into edit mode, go to wireframe mode, and let's box select on all these vertices, go to top view, and along the X, I'm gonna bring this over here like so, and let's move it in along the Y axis. I'm just going to move this a bit out. Yeah, that's okay. Also going to select these, and let's come over to this side and press GX and move your cursor to the left, and let's end it there. Okay. Okay, so looking at this part, this corner here, you can see it's a bit tighter or smaller compared to what we have here. And if I am to add in an edge loop and bring it close here, I don't know if you can see this, but we are going to have a bit of a pinch over here, and I wouldn't want that. So to fix that, I'm going to undo this, and let's go to object mode and duplicate this. You can see it's called trunk closure.002. Let's press H to hide. Select this again, go to edit mode, and now let's add in that edge loop and slide it to about here. Okay. Also going to add another here. Let's bring it over here. And I guess you know what I'm coming to do, which is to add a shrink wrap modifier to this. So come over here and choose shrink wrap and come to the target, and let's choose trunk closure.002, And in the snap mode, let's choose inside. Come over to the outliner and let's select trunk closure to 002 and increase the viewport levels to 4. Hide it again, and this is looking perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on this lower part. So select it. Let's go to local view and into edit mode and select this vertex, and let's start filling up these faces. I'm gonna select this vertex and slide it back to about here, and let's repeat the same thing all the way to the last vertex. Slide this back and make sure the spaces here are almost the same. Select these and let's bring this, bring this here. Let's go to edge selection and select all these edges. Let's bevel. I'm just gonna slide these a bit up. Go back to normal view and into edit mode. I'm going to box select on all these lower vertices here. Bring them down. Add in an edge loop here. And let's select all these vertices along the x-axis. I'm going to bring them out like so. I'm going to select these vertices and move them along the x to close up this gap a bit. Okay, before we move on to working on the back bumper, I want to add a little detail here. You can see we have a crease running along this part and on the same level with the crease on this part. So let's go to object mode, select this and hold shift, select this, go to edit mode. Let's add in an edge loop here and slide it to the same level with these middle vertices. I'm going to select all these vertices here and move them backward along the y-axis. Let's add in another edge loop. Slide it to this one and slide this here. Okay. Okay, now let's work on the back bumper. So select this part and let's cut it out. Let's call it back bumper. Let's go into edit mode and add in an edge loop. Let's bring it over here. Go to side view. Move this up. I'm gonna select all these top vertices and let's move them like this. Box select on all of them and bring them out a bit. And I don't mind if they are off the blueprint, because from the reference I think this part is a bit back. So let's copy that. Okay, select these top vertices here and let's extrude them slightly inward along the y-axis. Let's go to local view and fill up all these faces all the way to the last vertex. And I'm gonna select this vertex together with all these other ones and let's slide them a bit here. Let's go to normal view. Box select on all of these, go to side view. Let's bring it over here and move them in. Okay. Next, I want to create this area. So let's box select on these two vertices. Press GX and type in -0.008 to move them in like this. Select all these vertices and I'm going to bevel them. Select all of these. Let's slide them very close to these vertices. Next, I want us to create these parts here, this detail that you see here. So I'm gonna add in an edge loop over here. Add in another edge loop here and let's slide it to about here. Let's slide this back. Okay, select this vertex and let's move it here. And I'm gonna try to mirror these slanted edges here, this part here. So select these also and let's slide these so. And that's okay. Select these vertices. I'm just gonna move them up slightly. Go to face select mode and let's select these faces. Press E to extrude and type in minus 0.002. Go to edge selection and select all these edges. And this part is a bit too tight, so I will just select these vertices and slide them a bit up. Let's select all these vertices and bevel them with just a single segment. And I'm just gonna slide these vertices a bit away. And these ones, let's also slide them here like so. I'm just gonna move these vertices a bit out. So I'm gonna move these along the Y. And let's move these also. That's okay. Let's go into edit mode and box select on all of these vertices. From the side view, I'm going to extrude them to about here. Box select on all of these and grab them back. Grab these also back. Select them again. And let's move them inwards along the x-axis. Select all of these, slide them here, and I'm gonna move them in. We have to tighten up this corner a bit, like this, and just like the other parts, we're gonna have issues if we try adding any edge loops or beveling here. So I'm simply going to duplicate this and Take note, it's called back bumper 001. Press H to hide. Select this. Let's go into edit mode and into edge selection. I'm going to box select on these edges here and let's bevel them. So let's come here and add shrink wrap. Select back bumper 001. Let's change the snap mode to inside, and as always have to make the subdivision here 2 levels higher than the original mesh. So let's hide this again. I'm going to select these 2 vertices and let's move them in like this. Next, I want us to create this part here. So I'm going to go into edit mode and select this vertex. Come over here, hold Control and select this last one here. Let's duplicate and cut it out. I'm going to select it again. Let's remove the shrink wrap modifier from it. I'm going to box select on all these vertices and merge them at the center. Go to side view and let's grab these over here. Throw in a single vertex here and let's bring it here. Select these and I'm going to bring it upward slightly. Okay, select this vertex together with all of these. Go to side view. Let's extrude them here. Press F to create a face. I'm going to move this slightly backward. These also. And let's slide these here like so. Also gonna slide these here. Select these vertices and I'm going to extrude them here. Select that and let's create a face. bring this a bit downward. And finally, I'm gonna select these vertices, go to side view. Let's extrude them like this. Select that vertex and press F. Let's create a face. And I'm going to bring this slightly down. Go to object mode and let's shed this smooth. In edge selection, I'm going to select these edges. And coming over here, I'm going to bevel and make sure they don't overlap like this. So somewhere here. I'm just going to fix this area here. So let's go to edit mode and into vertex selection. Add into loop cuts there. And I'm gonna select this. Let's bring it down. Select this. You can just play around with this till you get it looking something like the reference here. So for me, I'm just going to, I think I can move this down. I'm gonna grab it down, yes. And these also. and that should be enough. All right, so the last thing I want to do for the back bumper is to create these slices that you see over here. I can actually go into edit mode and add in an edge loop here, but you can see it's going to give us issues here because I wanted to add in an edge loop and maybe cut this out, but we're gonna have a very bad mesh. So what I'm gonna do, I'm going to use a Boolean modifier for this. So let's add in a cube, press S to scale and type in 0.1. Let's go to back view and I'm going to grab it over here, bring it out along the Y. Let's scale it again, but this time on the X axis. So press SX and type in 0.003 and make sure it's on this dark outline here. I don't know if you can see it well, but you should be able to see some two outlines here. So make sure it's perfectly like so. So we're going to be needing another slice on this other side. And since this is going to be our Boolean object, I could have easily used the mirror modifier and mirrored this to the other side. But for some unknown reasons, it was giving some issues with the Boolean. So I'm going to use a different method which worked correctly, and that would be the array modifier. So let's add in array, go to back view, and I'm going to drag my mouse on the factor X to the left until it aligns on this dark outline, like so. Let's select these and let's add in Boolean. Select the eyedropper and place it on this part. Let's hide this to see, and it's working correctly. Select this other part, add in another Boolean, and I'm going to use the same cube to cut it. And it's working perfectly. And the final thing I'll be doing before we call this done, I just want to create the back windshield. So let's select these, go into edit mode, and I'm going to select this vertex here. Hold Control and select this one to select all these other vertices. Duplicate and let's cut it out. Select it again. And let's remove the shrink wrap modifier from it. Select these other parts also. Select this vertex and this one. Let's cut it out and let's select it again. Remove the shrink wrap modifier. I'm going to zoom in to this other one here. Hold Shift and let's select both of them. With Ctrl J, let's join them together. Select these, M, choose at last. Okay, with that selected, I'm also gonna select these. Come to Loop Tools, let's choose Space. And I'm going to select these vertices like so. Let's dissolve them. Do the same thing here. Space. Choose these and these. Let's dissolve them. I'm going to select this vertex and press F to create a face. Let's repeat to the last vertex here. Go to side view, box select these lower vertices, and I'm gonna grab them out like so. Let's grab these in. And let's just repeat the same process here. Select this vertex together with all of these, and I'm going to grab them up like so. Go to side view, and let's move them in. Go to object mode, let's shed this smooth. Let's add in some edge loops to tighten these corners. Okay guys, that's everything we'll be doing in this part. In the next tutorial, we'll be working on the back door. So we're going to be creating this same detail here on this area, and then create this part that you see here. So thanks for watching and following along. See you in the next tutorial.